Today, we're talking polarizers. Polarizing filters are one of the most important pieces a photographer can own. Depending upon the lighting, your circular polarizer can actually boost your saturation, boost your vibrance, and make your contrast bigger in your image. You'll find this especially useful when you want to make the sky more saturated or the grass more green. What it's basically doing, it's technically getting rid of all the blown out pieces in the image. Additionally, polarizing filters get rid of reflections on surfaces. So basically what you can use this for is if you're basically standing outside and you want to shoot in through a window, it's basically getting rid of the reflection of you standing in front of the window. Not also that, it can actually come handy in way more situations than you might actually think. For example, if you're out at the lake and you want to get a shot of the rocks inside of the water, you most of the time have that problem where you always get the reflection of the trees above, for example, and you can't really focus on the rocks underneath. This is where the polarizer comes in. You just screw it on your lens and basically turn the wheel up top to make the polarization bigger or smaller, and then you can kind of control what you want to be in focus, or not really in focus, but more of like if you want to have the reflection or not. What this means is, for example, if you have it like this and you turn it a bit, then you have the reflection of the trees above the water, and if you turn it a little more over there, you might cut out the reflections and you don't have any reflections on the water, and you can just shoot through, and then you can kind of focus on the rocks underneath the water. This is also very handy when it comes to car photography. So if you do a lot of car photography, really consider buying yourself a polarizing filter. Just because of the fact, like, you know, when you shoot cars, you kind of get that reflection of not only you shooting, but also the surroundings where the car is standing in, like the environment. You know, like the surface of the car is so perfectly polished that you can kind of see yourself in the car and use it as a mirror. This is when you can just screw on the polarizer and get rid of all the reflections. While polarizing filters can really boost your image quality, you shouldn't really leave them on all the time like you can with an UV filter. If you don't know, UV filters are kind of protecting your camera rather than having a function, because UV filters can only, you know, get rid of the purple light, the UV light that's coming into the camera when you, for example, have a bad angle and the sun is coming in sideways. You might sometimes get some purple light on the edges. So this is where the UV filter comes in, but you can't really do this with polarizing filters because they actually block 1 or 2 stops of your light coming into the camera. So if you find yourself in a low light situation, that you might not use this thing because you have to lower your shutter speed to like a long exposure or turn up the ISO so you have a super noisy image, and it doesn't work, trust me. Alright, so let's get outside and I'll show you guys how it is with and without the filter on. It's just the overall image. This is like without the polarizer on, and this is with the polarizer on. So I think you pretty much know everything about polarizers now, how they work, why you would need them, and if you're into photography, I really would suggest putting some money into that. So I got this one off Amazon for like 18 bucks or something, not really too much, but I'll link it down in the description so you guys can get your own. And thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like this video, maybe subscribe, like the video, and with that all said and done, I guess I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.